Hello and welcome to Garden Days. I really enjoy this time of day for gardening. It starts to cool down and it just feels great and wonderful. Much better than midday where it's a little bit hot. It's not too bad right now, but I can imagine in the summer it'll probably be a lot hotter that time of day. Yeah, I'm just trying to get these things watered in, especially the newly planted ones or seeds. I'll skip on the agave. I'm sure they don't need as much water. Definitely can't forget about my newer plants. I can't forget to water in the trees that I fertilized yesterday. So I never got around to that. I'm excited about this Eden climbing rose. Speaking of roses, that's what I want to do today is cut back some of the roses and also fertilize them. Look at these unusual beetles. There's several of them in the garden. They fly like June bugs. They just kind of hit all over everything. They're not very good at flying, but they're beautiful colored. Has a kind of really bright green head and yellow body. Okay, let's continue on. Can't forget about my figs and all the rest in here that I fertilized. Okay, I'm gonna get finished watering the rest of the trees on this side that I've already fertilized, and then we can get started on the roses. Before we get started on the roses, I just want to show you, not last year, but the year before, I planted tulips and I thought the squirrels got them all, but I see some popping up in the back there. Maybe they couldn't get to them. And these ones here, look it. That one has a bloom on it. I hope nothing gets to it. This is the yellow carpet rose. I have 2 of these and it's starting to leaf out, so I'm gonna go ahead and fertilize it. I don't see any dead branches and it's a fairly new plant, so I'm not gonna cut it back at all. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Actually, there are 2 branches over here that need trimming, so I'm gonna do that. So I have my pruners here, or what people call in Britain, secateurs. I'll grab those. And always have clean pruners. So I'm gonna grab my alcohol. Sorry, I had to help Jeff change a tire because we're gonna be taking that tire into town tomorrow. And we had a flat on our water trailer and I need to get that fixed. There is some lower limbs here that look dead. You don't want those on there. And then this one is still green. Let's cut it back here to a bud. And where was that other one? Oh, right here. We'll cut that one back to a bud as well. It's leafing out there, so that'll be perfect. I think we're good. Okay, let me get the fertilizer. Okay, let's see. This season, I'm going to try to use up this rose food. It is Arizona Best, and I do live in Arizona. And it's supposed to be good for our kind of soil, since we have an alkaline kind of clay soil. I want to switch over to an organic fertilizer. But I definitely don't want to be a wasteful gardener, so I'm going to use this all up first. Oh, just barely. I probably could get a little bit more hose, but I think it'll work. Since these roses are new, actually all my roses are new except one. I planted them last year. I'm gonna go ahead and do something different. I'm gonna do the Jumpstart fertilizer, because I think this is a better fertilizer. It's organic. I am gonna still mix in the slow release fertilizer by Arizona though. Ugh. Okay. Let's water that in. Okay, that should be good. Okay, this is a red rose. I forget what it's called. It's on my list. Anyways, there is quite a few branches that died back, so, oops. Yeah, I don't want to spread disease between each plant. Okay. Let me see what I'm doing. Cut you back to here. And there. This one actually struggled last year. And had some issues at the beginning of spring. Oh yeah, there's a lot of dieback here. Wondering if I could or should cut this back. This one has black spots on it. I think I'm gonna cut that whole stem off and then get rid of that. Okay, the rest of it looks good. So I'll go ahead and put the rose fertilizer on it first. Okay, and then the organic. The good thing about organic is you can put as much as you want because it won't burn your plant, but you have to be careful about the other. And let's water it in. Let that soak in for a second. Okay, that should be good. Since I think it's diseased, this will go into the trash, and I don't want to compost that. This is my other yellow carpet rose, and it doesn't look like it needs much help or pruning. Clean those. Oops, wrong way. Okay. So, just cut that back to a node. Yeah, this one looks pretty good. Not much winter damage at all. And the new growth looks pretty healthy. This is proving to be a fairly easy job since most of these are new. Okay. Ow. Something was prickly. All right, another one finished. I think just 2 more to go. The next 2 are icebergs. It's that one there and that one over there. Got a glass mushroom that tipped upside down. Okay, I need to fix that. Okay, that looks better. But these definitely need to be trimmed back. I don't see any leafing out yet. That one's not as bad. This one over here has always struggled, and as you can see, it definitely has some winter dieback. But I'm gonna defoliate everything too, because not all the leaves fell off. Okay, I'm gonna water these in twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 15. Okay, so I did prune these back. I took a lot off of this one here because there was a lot of cross branching, which you don't want. You want airflow through your plant. And I see I missed one here because that one kind of connects with this. And I can either take this one out or this one. I think I might take that one out right there. I'm not sure yet. Anyways, I'll get to that in a second. But you definitely don't want any crossing branches or branches that are rubbing together. Like I showed you, this had a lot of winter dieback. I might actually go ahead and cut this one back too. So it kind of starts, I hate that this one is so long. I cut this one back pretty hard just because of all the winter dieback, and there were some inner branches that were crossing. This looked a bit dry, so I decided to water this pot in. And I cleaned up a few plants. These two here, this one needed a haircut, so I trimmed it back a bit. And I just got rid of the dried leaves on this one and just spread them about as mulch. And this one had a few dry leaves as well. But they're all cleaned up now. I don't know how I forgot this little corner when I was doing my cleanup. Oh well. As I'm going through, I'm sure I'll find more that I've missed. Okay, I just put the hose up because I'm done for the day. And I love these hose reels. They make putting up hoses so much easier. A little tough getting them out, but not too bad. And I've got to clean up my little pile of mess here. Put up the secateurs. Need to spray those because I used them. There we go. Now they're ready to be put up. Can't forget the alcohol. All right. I'm glad my tools over here are pretty organized, but the other side of this definitely needs some help. Was that where they went? I think here. Okay. And I always keep a bottle of alcohol in the shed so I can clean tools. When I planted my Eden climbing rose in the last video, I did add starter fertilizer, but I didn't add any rose fertilizer, so I just did add some of that. I do still have to water it in. So that's what I'll do now really quickly. A couple days ago, I replaced the fitting on this faucet, but I guess I didn't tighten it up enough because I just touched it and it was wet. So Jeff just tightened that up. Hopefully that stops the leak. So right in here, I'm going to be adding a garden path. I'll pull all the rocks back and create a pathway through here. I might have to limb up the tree a bit. I already had to cut it back once. I think I mentioned that. But yeah, I don't want people to have to duck. And I think it'll just be easier and it'll be nice to have a go around other than having to go all the way around here. Because when I was coming through with the hose, I drug it over here. Where if there was a path here, I could have just dragged it straight this way. So I think that'll work out better. And I'm excited to install that path. I just have to get the supplies for it. But I guess the first thing I could do is just go ahead and clean everything up, rake everything over, move the drip line, and then just get all the rocks stacked and create the pathway, and then decide what I want to go into the pathway, whether it be gravel or stepping stones. So, and then also, then I can figure out how much I actually need to cut this tree back. Well, it was a short day in the garden, but a very pleasant day. I really enjoyed working out here. It was pretty calm. The weather was beautiful. And last year and this year, I really like how the garden's progressing. So, yep. The blooms are already starting to fade on this cherry. I just showed you in the previous video. They don't last that long. Yep. Cherry blossoms falling. Look at that. They'll be all over the ground. But yes, the garden is progressing quite nicely, and year by year it'll start filling in and looking better, and things will get established. Like this crab apple, I want it to grow over this pathway here and just have a bunch of white blooms on it. I think that'll be beautiful. Oh, that sun is bright. That reminds me that we need to go take the dogs for a walk before we lose our sunlight. And I'm just really excited about this year. I have a lot of plans in the garden and feeling empty spots in and just making it look good. But once I get this garden and that garden complete, then I can slowly creep onto the rest of the property because it's 20 acres. I want to focus on the center courtyard first and also the veggie food forest. But if you want to check out more videos, you can check it out over here. If you want to subscribe, if you haven't done so yet, do it right there. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out. Bye for now. And happy gardening. You want to tell them happy gardening, Moo Moo? Yeah? You're ready for your walkie.